Hi Year 6, welcome to another week of learning. I hope you had a lovely weekend, and today we are going to continue with our story of Skellig. So your LI for today is to use inference to answer questions. So I want you to write the date and the LI for me. If you need to pause the video, you can do so now. So the aim of the first part of the unit is to read and understand the book the best we can. And as a result, most of the lessons this week are going to be comprehension based. It's really important that you answer the questions fully, and I'm pleased to say that the work that has been sent in has been done to a really good standard, and a lot of you are using PEE as well, which is really good to see, so well done. I have sent you the chapters for today's lesson, and I want you to pause the video here and go and read the first set of chapters, which is chapters 14 to 18, please. So pause here, and then we're going to go over to look at the questions. We're also going to be reading chapters 19 to 24 in this lesson as well. So make sure that you have all of those chapters ready on your computer so that you can read them as you go through the answers, through the questions as well. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so after reading chapters 14 to 18, you are now going to answer these questions. Now, I hope you're really enjoying the story, because I am. I'm really enjoying getting to know the characters, and each chapter there's something new that you learn about them as well. So it's really exciting. So, number one, why does Dad refer to the garden as a jungle? What does it tell us about its appearance? Number two, Mina thinks that school inhibits creativity. What does she mean by this? Do you agree? You might have to look up the word inhibits in the dictionary if you're not sure. Number three, do you think Michael will be seeing the man in the garage again soon? Does anything happen to make you think so? Number four, what effect does the writer have on the audience by writing about regular visits to see the baby in hospital? Number five, explain the meaning of beckoned. Number six, the man in the garage is talking in great detail. Why does the writer make him do so? Number seven, what do Michael's parents do to try and make him feel better about the baby staying in hospital? And number eight, what does the old lady say that some people use to help them with their arthritis? Ignore where it says page 63. We don't need that bit. So I want you to pause here, and I want you to go through and answer the questions. I do think that question 4 and possibly question 6, you can use PEE to help you structure your answer, because you will need evidence from the text for those questions. Okay, so take your time, read through the text, and we will go through the answers once you are done. Okay, so here are the answers. Remember, I've written them quite briefly just so that they all fit onto a slide. Ideally, I would like your answers to have a bit more detail in them as well. Okay, so mine are quite brief, but they're on purpose so that I don't have lots and lots of slides of answers, because it makes it a bit more difficult for you to mark. Okay, number one, why does Dad refer to the garden as a jungle? What does it tell us about its appearance? So he's emphasizing on the fact that it is so overgrown and in need of care. Like a jungle is like overgrown, and obviously it's a naturally occurring space, so you're not going to have someone who's going to be there pruning all the trees and things. So that's why he's saying it looks like a jungle. Number two, Mina thinks that this school inhibits creativity. What does she mean by this? Do you agree? So inhibits means it stops children being creative. So I want you to think about your own personal opinion on this. This is neither right or wrong answer. Okay, so I really would love to know what you think about it. Do you think that school stops you from being creative? Number three, do you think Michael will be seeing the man in the garage again soon? Does anything happen to make you think so? So I think Michael will be, as he's always ordering Chinese food whenever he can and leaving food for the man. And he has asked Mina to visit as well, and he's also asked the doctor at the hospital for advice about the arthritis. So there's lots and lots of different reasons for him to go and visit the man, so he definitely will be. Number four, what effect does the writer have on the audience by writing about regular visits to see the baby in hospital? I personally think it makes you feel sorry for Michael and his family, and emphasizing the fact that there is a lot going on for them dealing with this, and that it's kind of like a regular part of their life. So although he has Skellig on one side, or the character of Skellig on one side, you then also have the baby and the trauma that the family are going through as well. So it's actually showing two sides or two elements of the story. Number 5, explain the meaning of beckoned. Beckon means to make a gesture with the hand, arm, or head to encourage or instruct someone to approach or follow. Number 6, the man in the garage is talking in greater detail. Why does the writer make him do so? Because the writer wants us to get to know the character more and it moves on the story. Okay, so by introducing us to this mystery person, who first of all we don't hear from him at all, you just see him, and then slowly he has one-word answers, and then now he's starting to talk to Michael a bit more. It actually shows that the writer wants us to get to know the character, but it also shows that Michael and the man are getting closer, so he's beginning to trust Michael a bit more. Number 7, what do Michael's parents do to try and make him feel better? So they are letting him stay off school, they're giving him extra attention, so mum's putting cream on him at the hospital, and his dad's taking him to get his favourite Chinese food, or what he thinks is his favourite Chinese food, and spending a lot of time with him. And number 8, what does the old lady say that some people use to help with their arthritis? They've got cod liver oil, prayers, and positive thinking. Okay, so pause the video here and tick and correct where necessary. We are now going to move on to the next set of questions. Okay, so before we do these questions, I would like you to please to read chapters 19 to 24 and complete the answers in full sentences. So get the next set of the chapter. In this set, there is a lot more excitement happening, and we get to learn, and the story moves on to a whole new place. So it's really, really exciting. So I want you to pause the video here, go and enjoy those chapters, and come back and carry on with these questions. So number 1, what does it mean for Mina to stifle a cry? Number 2, what are Michael's feelings towards the man being willing to die? How do we know this? Number 3, how will Mina and Michael's relationship develop? Number 4, Mina seeing the man could signify a turning point in the text. Explain why it could do. Was this the writer's intent? Number 5, how did Mina react when she saw the man? Did this surprise you? What does it tell us about Mina's character? And can you summarise this encounter with the man in one sentence? Now, this is the first page of questions. There is a second page. So if you stop the video here and answer these 6 questions first, and then you can move on to the next slide. Okay, number 7, find words or phrases that describe the man when Michael and Mina pick him up. Number 8, what do you think Skellig was thinking when he was being carried by 2 children? Number 9, do you think Skellig is going to recover? What makes you think that way? Number 10, the writer finally reveals the name of the man in the garage. What significance does this have? Why has it taken so long to find out? And number 11, what do we learn about the lumps on the man's back? And number 12, summarise how Mina has helped since finding the man in the garage. So again, pause here. We're going to go through all of the answers for all of those questions in a minute. Take your time, read back over the text to get a better idea. Okay, let's go through the answers. What does it mean for Mina to stifle a cry? It means she held it in because she didn't want to frighten Skellig, and she didn't want to seem like she's a weak person. She wanted to be strong for Michael as well. So what are Michael's feelings towards the man being willing to die? How do we know this? So Michael has tears in his eyes, and you can tell that he's very upset about the fact that Skellig might die. And obviously it kind of connects to him, the problem with his baby sister and the fears he has for her as well. So I think his emotions are very raw at this moment. Number 3, how will Mina and Michael's relationship develop? This is a question of opinion, and I want you to try and add evidence to support your answer. This is what you think. How do you think their relationship is going to develop? You need to write that down. And I will mark your work when you send it to me for this question. I want to see what you've written, how you understand character. Number 4, Mina seeing the man could signify a turning point in the text. Explain why it could do. Was this the writer's intent? So if she sees Skellig, she is now a main character alongside Michael in the story. She's involved with his secret. And it was the intent, as it helps to develop the friendship between Michael and Mina. It gives a new perspective on their friendship. Number 5, how did Mina react when she saw the man? Did this surprise you? What does it tell us about Mina's character? Now, I think I was not surprised by this because she obviously has a very clear love for creatures or animals. And she showed her very caring nature, And I think she does have one, even though she puts on this persona that she's quite bossy and stubborn. She does actually have a very kind heart, and I wasn't surprised at all, to be honest. Now, you might think different to me. You might think that you were surprised that this is how she was, because she always comes across as quite a bossy person, and that's fine too. Okay, so you go with that. Number 6, summarize the encounter with the man in one sentence. This one I'm going to leave it for you to do. Okay, so think about how you could summarize it into one sentence. It might be quite tricky, but have a go. Okay, pause here if you need to go over the answers again, and you can tick or cross or do whatever you need to do. Okay, the last slide for this video, we're going to go through the answers for this one. Find words or phrases that describe the man when Michael and Mina pick him up. He felt thin and extraordinarily light. Okay, there's a real emphasis on the fact that he was very, very light to carry. Number 8, what do you think Skellig was thinking when he was being carried by 2 children? I think he probably felt quite helpless because there was nothing he could really do, but quite thankful as well at the same time. Do you think Skellig is going to recover? Now, this is up to you. There's no right or wrong. Personally, I think he will recover. But then that might be me just being positive. I haven't read the story to the end. I'm reading it alongside you, so I'm learning and going through the excitement of finding out new things the same time as you. So let's see what happens. Number 10, the writer finally reveals the name of the man in the garage. What significance does this have? Why has it taken so long to find out? So by revealing the name, the writer is letting the reader learn more about the character. He wanted to create suspense in the story, and that's why he didn't reveal it earlier. Number 11, what do we learn about the lumps on the man's back? So that is the most exciting thing so far that we've learned, is that actually he has wings. And all the way through, if you notice, the author has referred to it about the lumps on his back, and then talking about the shoulder blades and how they're angel wings, where our angel wings used to be. And so this is a really nice revelation to know that actually Skellig does have wings. And the reaction of the children is amazing as well. Right, number 12, last question. Summarise how Mina has helped since finding the man in the garage. So she's helped by moving him to her grandfather's old house, providing food, and she's also shown a lot of love for him and also for Michael too. Okay, I want you to again cross correct, tick whatever you have done, and I would like you please to send me your comprehensions and or email us and let us know how you got on. Remember, the Year 6 email address is year6@grange.harrow.sch.uk, and I look forward to speaking to you tomorrow.